Alright, so this video is going to be more of a cautionary tale of what not to do on Amazon in terms of product selection, some of the mistakes that I've made that have costed me huge money and time, just in an effort to be fully transparent that this business is not always roses. I hope I do a good job of communicating that in my other videos as well. Let's take a look at my two biggest failures in terms of product research and selection that have costed me, at the very least on paper, $25K, but if you take into account opportunity cost, lost time, all that energy, way more than 100K. Sometimes you could look at your favorite gurus with rose-colored glasses, think they know everything, think they've never made a mistake, they've just been successful since day one. Oh, I can sit here and tell you that's absolutely not the case, at least with me. I have made about every single mistake under the sun, costed myself ungodly amounts of money, but that really is the only way that you can learn. Alright, so let's get into mistake number one that I've made and I've seen countless other people make as well, and that is selecting a product that doesn't really have a moat around it. Kind of easy to rip off. Any Joe Blow sitting on their couch could just sell that same product tomorrow. A Chinese supplier could see that you're selling really, really well because you're placing a bunch of orders with them over and over, and then they could just literally start selling the same product without you even knowing. And that very first product that I began selling on Amazon back in 2015, 2016-ish was a wallet. It was more in particular an RFID wallet with a money clip. Not this exact brand, but I'm just using this as an example. So as any inexperienced Amazon seller or business owner would do, I looked up this particular product and was like, wow, this is really small, lightweight. I can source it for a few dollars, you know, like $4 or $5 landed, sell it for 25 or 30. Margins are fantastic. And we tend not to really look past that point because we think that with our infinite Amazon wisdom and our hacks and skills and tricks of the trade, we can just skip the line on page one and follow some guru's course, and that we're just smarter than everybody else. I'll speak for myself here. That's kind of what I thought. So wouldn't you know it, I remember this just like it was yesterday. I launched my product, my very first product, which was a product similar to the one you're seeing on the screen. I did a friends and family campaign. I did a little sponsored ads, ranking, this, that, and the other. And before you know it, I went to bed that night. I woke up in the morning and my product was literally number 2 on page 1 for the very main keyword. And it had already made like 40 sales. Again, keep in mind this was like 7-8 years ago when Amazon was a lot easier than it is now. So of course I was riding high. I was super excited. I'd never made a single dollar online before. I was like, holy crap, this is actually for real. All that money I paid for courses and coaching and mentors and gurus, it actually paid off. It actually was real. So that was a good feeling. It kind of gave me validation, let me know that I wasn't led down astray and that this business actually was real. Because you got to keep in mind, way back then, I was coaching tennis. I had no background of making money online. This was completely foreign to me. Amazon was the very first way that I ever looked into or made any sort of money online. So these rankings and sales numbers for this product kept up for many, many months, and I was just over the moon, couldn't believe it, quit my job. So then what was my next move? Well, I sourced a similar product number 2, a different style of wallet, a little bit different, a little bit higher quality, a little bit more premium. That one started to sell pretty well, but not like the first one initially. And before you know it, I kind of had these 2 products rolling, doing very, very well, making several $100,000 in revenue per year. But as you know, with Amazon businesses or e-commerce businesses in general, the margins aren't that great. You are very, very lucky no matter what. No matter if you have the perfect product, the best sponsored ads, everything like that, you are lucky if all said and done at the end of the day, after every single expense, you can net 20 to 25%. That is top tier. And so even if you're grossing a couple $100,000 a year, that's not really sustainably, comfortably enough income for you to be supporting yourself, paying rent, food, all that good stuff. This leads perfectly into the second biggest mistake I ever made, which is really what put me on my ass. So because I had a pretty good thing rolling, it was pretty automated, I was feeling pretty high, pretty good. What did I think I should do? Well, I got really confident, very overconfident, some would say cocky. And what I did was, I researched another niche. I was like, there's a need for this in that niche, and I can make it better. I can do an innovation, a completely radically different design of a particular product, and I can just outsell everybody else because I'm better than them. This is all good and well, and I'm not discouraging you from doing the same. In fact, having a totally unique product, a unique feature, like a totally different functionality that you can offer over your competition is the number one most effective way to differentiate. However, there's one very, very key component to that equation, and that is getting real market validation before you invest all the tons of money in inventory in doing the whole process and getting it listed on Amazon. What you think does not matter, okay? I literally did no market research. It was my opinion, my own little market research that I did, and asking a few of my best friends who obviously are going to say, oh wow, that's a ridiculously good idea. That's like the best thing ever. You're going to be rich from that. But you shouldn't be asking your best friends for their advice, because normally they're just going to be on your side. They don't necessarily have a business mind. They're just rooting for you. All right, so rather than doubling down on what is already working, what is already proven to work profitably, PPC works seamlessly, everything good, instead of just increasing PPC spend, increasing external marketing efforts on the products that are already winning, that also have a tremendous upside still because of market share, what did I decide to do? I decided to launch this completely unique product in a different niche. In fact, I'll take it a step further. I actually flew to China to meet a manufacturer that could fulfill this very particular request, this customization that I had on this product. And then I actually filed for a patent for this product. All in all, this costed me well over 25 grand, especially when you factor in the initial order of the product itself. So after paying a designer all sorts of money for the box design, paying an image person all this money to create the best looking images I possibly could, after doing everything top tier premium that I possibly knew how to do at that moment. Of course, I think you know what's about to happen next. The product bombed. But it had a much worse cascading effect than just losing that product and that money in and of itself. What it did was completely ruin and cripple my cash flow, which screwed over my two winning products. So now I'm faced with this dilemma of, wow, I can't even place orders for the products that are already selling well because I have handicapped myself with this little venture that I went on. So what is the lesson here? What's the lesson in this video? Well, number one, don't select products that don't have moats, because those two winning products that I just mentioned, also their sales started to decline simply because more competition entered the marketplace and there really was no way to differentiate that item. People can beat you on price all day long. Number two, and most detrimental to the success of that brand, was the fact that I never got real market validation on the idea for the customization that I thought customers wanted. So this is exactly why I created the 15-step product selection formula that I have refined and perfected over 8 years of selling. Now, I won't ever make this mistake again, and you shouldn't either. More on this later, but you can get this exact formula and template I came up with for free down below using my free course link. If you are brave enough to try to come up with a totally custom, unique product, patent it, do all that good stuff, what I recommend before you go down that road, before you sink thousands of dollars and hundreds of hours of time, what I would do is go to a platform like PickFu or Intellivi, where they actually have pools of real Amazon Prime customers already in their database, and you can get your idea, your feature, your customization validated by real Amazon Prime customers before you ever launch it. Obviously, times are a little bit different. It was a little more wild west back 7-8 years ago. I'm not giving myself a pass. I messed up big time. It costed me big time. But it's what you do after things like that occur in your life that really count and make you who you are. You can either give up, crawl into a corner with a tail behind your legs, or you can man up, sack up, and get this thing done. So the reason I created this formula, like I said, is first and foremost for me and my current Amazon business that is grossing around $200K a month. But what I also did is stick this into a Google Doc, which is shareable, and it is located inside of my free Amazon course that I just released. This is 50 videos, completely free, all of my SOPs and templates, you get a private Discord community where I am in there active. And it's really just a no-brainer if you're intermediate, beginner, or even an advanced FBA seller. The tools, resources, strategies, just all it takes is one golden nugget to be worth it, and you literally have nothing to lose because it's free. Sincerely hope you found some value in this video. I'm not used to being kind of vulnerable like this, but I hear that's what people like on YouTube, so I figured I'd go ahead and make this video because honestly, I've been in a million different courses, a million different masterminds. I've coached in some of the highest level masterminds, and I never see the instructors telling stories like this. It's always just the up, 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 and up. You know, they never tell about their failures, but everybody is human. We all F up. I effed up in the biggest way. You probably have too, and that's okay. Again, it's what you do after that separates you from the rest. Product selection is the most important part of this business. If you get it right, you'll be successful. If you don't, then you won't. It doesn't matter how good you are at PPC, keyword research, hacks, tips, tricks, none of that. That's why I place so much emphasis on this particular part of the business and why I came up with this formula that I have included in the free course. And by the way, there's no upsells in the free course, no $997, no mastermind for $25,000, none of that nonsense, just the free course. If you want to pay to actually speak with me privately, that comes with a cost, but that's literally all I have in the course that is paid. I wish you the best of luck in your Amazon selling journey. I'll see you soon.